Oh, so we just got done playing the undisputed beta test, and I'm gonna be honest. This day right here has been, as far as being able to have the actual experience, a disaster in that sense. But what I can take from it is I did get to play 3 matches. I did go 3-0 on the day, and one of the fights were weird. I was fighting against a woman, and I had Mickey Ward, and I ended up fighting against a woman, and it was just weird. But other than that, there was some glitchy stuff going on as far as the menu and if you could get a fight. But once you did get to play, it was a great experience. I love the depth of the control system, the control scheme that they have set up. There's some tweaks that could be made. Having to click down the left button and press it in a direction to dodge is kind of annoying. You kind of wish that it was like L2 and left trigger like Fight Night, but I don't really have any complaints with the gameplay. I feel like they gave us middle of the road fighters when it comes to skill wise, and that's probably why we didn't get the greatest like knockouts or buzz points. Nobody really got slept or ragdolled today from what I've seen. But you can see that it's easy to put punches together, and you can easily get in and out of range if you're smart with it. You can easily have a strategic game plan. And one thing that I'm excited about is that it seems that they've eliminated button mashing, with whether it's the way the game is played, the stamina and fatigue, or just the way punches can connect together. I definitely get a sense that online is going to be very competitive, and the person who puts together the right game plan and doesn't get too wild with throwing errant punches are going to be rewarded. And I could, even for myself, when I first started playing, just trying to get used to the buttons, I found myself punching way out of the range, just trying stuff out. And that fight right there was the closest fight I had out of the three, where I was trying stuff, trying to figure out how easy it was to get in and out of range, how easy it was to take a half step or a whole step, or create angles moving laterally. All those things I was kind of fishing around for. But at the end of the day, this game, once you have those Bud Crawfords, those Canelos, the Muhammad Ali, the Sugar Ray Robinson, the Sugar Ray Leonards, all those guys, once you're fighting with those guys, I feel like you're going to just see even more open up from the game. If it's as in depth, I was switching in and out of loose footwork like it was nothing. And it gave my style a little bit of a different rhythm at times. I think that a novice person wasn't able to kind of grasp or catch hold of during the fight. And I just kept making little adjustments. One thing that was weird for me is there was no way for me to switch stance. Like, you couldn't just switch to southpaw, and I'm a southpaw fighter, so it feels more comfortable for me fighting against an aggressive person, southpaw, because I'm used to Y being my jab, and having to use X as my jab the whole time. It was definitely, I don't know. I definitely can't wait to fight with a southpaw. But it was, I wish I would have got to play like 6 or 7 times. Hopefully tomorrow everything is patched, and as far as the server stability and the matchmaking, maybe even adding another fighter to the beta roster would help, because it's trying to match us up against the opposite person as much as possible. So if there's only a couple thousand people playing the game, everybody's mostly picking the better of the 2 characters that we have to choose from. It's finding difficulty doing that, and just the overall stability of the servers and being able to connect with an opponent. That's going to be big as far as tomorrow. Luckily, they extended this out for an extra hour, so we got to play, or at least try to play, for a little bit longer, because I would have been one less fight if they wouldn't have done that. It would have been 2 fights in that whole 4 or 3 hour window. I saw some people didn't even get a fight, and I don't know if I've ever heard of that. But that's something that they have to figure out, and hopefully, obviously the more content creators and the more people who are on social media get to play it, the more people find out about it, the better their game does. So, obviously they're probably in a frenzy over there trying to get this straight for tomorrow. And I kind of expect them to do something. I don't know if it's just going to be adding more time. Maybe they do something alternative to this, so it's fail proof. That's what you're hoping for, and that would follow along the same path that they've set as a company and what we've come to know Steel City Interactive for. You know, they're being one of us, a team who wanted the boxing game so bad they went and did it, and that would speak volumes. Just to giving us the extra time today was big. You know, wish they would have gave us till later on tonight. Maybe the servers would have adjusted, and I don't know. It was a good game. I feel like if you're a fan of Fight Night and if Fight Night is sim for you, then you probably won't like this game for a while, because it's really going to change what we've come to know as far as sports games, where there's going to be a major skill gap on this game. I fought against a person that was very aggressive and connected on some clean punches, but they were all just regular punches, no power punches. At the end of the fight, I saw that I had thrown 65 power punches. They had thrown one, but I was getting caught. You know, I was throwing a lot more hooks, uppercuts, little short uppercuts, modifying my punches to both the head and the body, and it was a unanimous fight. And even though the other person was touching me, I won it. I think every round of that fight, and that's good to know that, because you're gonna fight a lot of people online who are gonna be super ultra aggressive, pressing forward, making you fight on your back foot. And I feel like on this game, just like in real life, being able to fight off your back foot is one of the greatest attributes a great fighter can have, because at some point you're gonna fight somebody who's pressing forward, and the smarter avenue to take would be fighting off your back foot. But at any rate, man, I'm ready for tomorrow. I forgot what time they said. Maybe I think it's 3 to 6. So definitely expect to go live tomorrow and live stream my gameplay. You know, especially I think that one of the tricks that every time I shut down Undisputed, closed the Steam app, restarted the Steam app, I got a fight, and I didn't realize that till the last time I did it. It got me that third fight. But yeah, I restarted the Steam app on both, and then started back and pressed play through the Steam app instead of through the Undisputed icon. Got me a fight, although I was fighting against a woman with a man. Hopefully things like floating heads, or not floating heads, but heads being underneath your character and character selection, and not being able to matchmake, and also matchmaking cross gender, are taken care of for tomorrow. Definitely Sunday. If not tomorrow, they should do something special for Sunday, because I saw a lot of people, man. A lot of people with, I know we all have schedules and time on our hands to do certain things, but I saw people waiting on live for hours at a time to get a fight, and just entertaining for this game, for this game's sake. So hopefully they do something special for the community, because I feel like the community, in a sense, held it down for them today, kept the excitement rolling, even though for a while, for some people, it wasn't anything to be excited about except other people's success or other people's gameplay. And we all expect them to kind of acknowledge that and do something about that. But at any rate, respect.